Hi, welcome back to my channel. So today it's auxiliary fuel tank and a Russell Daylong seat. These are massive upgrades I'm going to do to my K1600 GT. Stick around. So before I jump in this fuel tank, I wanted to share this. I posted a couple pictures on a couple forums and platforms that I use and frequent, and it struck up a lot of conversation. There are a lot of people that cannot understand why you would want to extend the fuel range of a motorcycle. Going 200 or 250 is plenty, and they couldn't wrap their head around it. I was in the same boat myself just a few years ago. I rode the 2022 LDX rally on a GSA with stock tank and no aux tank. You don't need that. Don't need that. And then I learned why you really do need that, what it does for you. It's not just getting an extra 150 or 200 miles. It's the time. If you've planned and routed a route that takes up all your time, and then you fall short because you got to stop and do an extra fuel stop, that can be big. Day 5, 6, 7, when you're really tired, and you just want to go to sleep, but you got to stop and get fuel. So one less fuel stop can make a big difference. Also, a lot of the US has some very remote areas. Welcome to Utah. West Texas, same way. So those are just some of the reasons that you might consider extending the range of your motorcycle. All right, let's get to it. Okay, so as we get ready to talk about my auxiliary fuel tank that I had built, talk about where I wanted to put it. On my GSA, the way it was designed, it went between this rear platform and the passenger pillion seat. It was he called it a wedge design, pretty low. You put the pelican case on top, and it worked very, very well. On this bike, I really want to leave the passenger seat open, and that's for a lot of reasons. These bags aren't as big. I'm not sure what's going to happen with this, so I might need this space to just strap a bag. When I'm riding solo in a rally, this could be my motel bag or something like that. And if my wife wanted to go for a ride or something. So I really want to leave this open. So that left this area where it's going to be. If you're old school LD rider, you know there was a guy, Maple Farkles, that was building tanks, and they mounted back here, and they mounted very quickly and cleanly. I really like that. I thought that was simple. So I started my search looking, and I ran across another LD rider that was going through the same thing I am. He's got a K1600, he's having a tank built and wanting a tank built, and he and I were talking, and somehow he shared a picture, and the picture has a platform here with this pelican case on it. And I asked him, I said, oh, that looked really clean. How did you do that? And he told me about a guy named Dan Usack. Dan Usack's very common name on the K1600 forum. He builds these platforms that has a passenger backrest. They mount really nice, super secure, very clean looking. He bought that without the backrest and just bolted his pelican case to it. Well, that got me thinking, man, if I had that mount, I could put my fuel tank right on top of it. So that's where I started. I contacted Dan Usack, and I'll put his contact information in there. And I went through a couple emails, text messages, things like that, to where I got the parts that I needed. So let me show you what I got. Okay, this is what I got from Dan. And I'm gonna show you how this goes, but these are machined perfectly, and it works really well. But first, we've got to remove this. So this is really very simple. There's one little electrical connection. It comes off super easy. That's for the light and the auto lock. So I'll remove that. And then it's just super easy to remove. So let's get this off. Okay, with that plug undone, you just open the box. Underneath the carpet, there's just a little turn latch. And off it comes. A little dirty. So this is the platform, and I'm going to show you this. This is where I wanted to mount my tank, leaving this open. So these machine pieces I got are going to fit in here, and I'm going to show you that. But this is where I wanted to mount it. Super strong, super sturdy. But I didn't want to drill. I didn't want to make it look ugly. I want to put it back stock if I need to. That's what I want. Now this thin plate slides in from the back. And goes in there like this. All right. These things, and they're marked left front. I'm going to find the left front. I found that if you kind of line up the holes a little bit now, it'll be a little easier for you when you start to put the tank on. That's the way that goes, and those fit in there super snug, okay? Now, at this point, I wouldn't know what to do, but I know who to call. I called Lincoln Seals from Seals Custom Fabrication, and I said, I'm ready for a tank for my GT. I have an idea what I want. I think I have an idea how it's gonna mount. It's just up to you to figure it out. Sending him this, I just think you mount the plate right on top of it and then mount the tank onto the plate. Seems pretty simple, right? I don't know. So I took some dimensions based off that box, how big I thought I wanted the tank. I used a volume calculator to make sure I was right. I wasn't getting real crazy in size. And I sent that all to Lincoln. And he sent me the parts. So let's keep going. This is his mounting plate, and this is genius. I mean, it looks good, it's quality. I didn't understand the hole in the middle until I installed it. So we'll take these screws out. This is gonna sit right down on here. Okay, that's it. And that's as solid as you can ever ask, right? Very solid. Then the tank's gonna drop onto that. Let's do that. All right. He did a hole in the middle so I can see my logo. Very clean, very simple. Just like that. 4 bolts. All right, that's it. I can tighten up those 4 bolts. It's didn't take up any room for the passenger seat, still got that. It's got another plate on the top that I can mount my Pelican case or strap a bag or do nothing. This is the overflow of catch can. It's not considered volume because it doesn't have a way once it's in there to come back out. Okay, from this point, this becomes the overflow. I'll run that around the back. And then the fuel inlets over here. He sent multiple fittings. I can make my own choice what I want to use. But now I have this plate on the top. And most of the time you're gonna put a Pelican case or something. I did consider trying to put my original OEM top box on there. It is big, it's a little ugly, but it's got some really good things. It's got a light, it's got an automatic lock system, so it can stay unlocked all day long. I can push a button and it locks. So it's got some good features, but I just don't know how I could do that. But a Pelican case will fit really easy. Let's take a look. So this is the one that came off my GSA. It's set up, even has a little back pad. Passengers not going to be as comfortable leaning on this as they were OEM one, but that's not the point of this. So This might be a little big. I may get a little smaller one, but this will work. The design, the fueler neck, I never even talked to him about how to put that and where to put that. It's just perfect. So super happy. Lincoln Seals from Seals Custom Fabrication. He's built 2 tanks. I got my GSA tank over there. This tank, he built my Yeti jug mount. He's got tanks for Hondas. He's got tanks for Yamahas, Harleys, you name it. He's got them. Gold Wings. So if you're interested in a tank, reach out to him. All right. My next step. On the GSA, I felt the raw aluminum looked really good. It matched the panniers. Kind of just, I left it. This bike, I think I'm gonna powder coat it or anodize it. I'm not sure which yet. Someone mentioned to me, my brother actually mentioned anodizing. I don't know much about it. Now I read up on it. It's a little thinner and a little stronger. So I don't know. Probably go with a white. I don't know, but I'm gonna do that and then it's time to get it installed. But once again, reach out to Lincoln Seals from Seals Custom Fabrication. He did an incredible job with this. So hope you got something out of the video. Hope it helps understand why people do this, what I was thinking when I did this, and how my build is progressing. So, all right. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Be safe.